everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss about how to create case auto response rule in Salesforce. Before we go ahead, please do like, share and subscribe the channel so you don't miss any update from our channel. So now we discuss about case auto response rule in Salesforce. The case auto response rule are the rule to automatically send a response to our customer. Suppose our customer is sending an email to us and the case has created by our Salesforce environment. In Salesforce, whenever we are getting a case either for the community or web to case or email to case or a user is created a case on the behalf of the customer while the customer is on the call or on the chat window, we can have a case auto response rule which are going to send an automatic response to the customer regarding their case, and this is the case number and there are the details that they have provided to us. Send email to the customer. Now create a rule entry in Salesforce. A case auto response rule is used to send automated email responses to customers when a case is created. This can be based on the criteria you specify to ensure the response is appropriate for the situation. So now move ahead and discuss how to create a case auto response rule in Salesforce. So for this we firstly move to our Salesforce org. So here I open my Salesforce account and by default it is open in the Lightning edition. For creating the case auto response rule in Salesforce Lightning, we first click on the gear icon and then click on the setup option and our setup page is open. Now enter the case auto response rule in the quick find box and select the case auto response rules and our case auto response rules page is open. This case auto response rules automatically determine which email templates to use when sending auto response messages for new cases. And here we want to create the new case auto response rule. So for creating the new one, we click on the new button. Now here we enter the rule name as send email to customer and then click on the active checkbox. This active checkbox activate our auto response rule and then click on the save button. And here we go, we can see our case auto response rule is created and the rule name is send email to customer and it is activated. So we click on this auto response rule. Our send email to customer auto response rule is open. Now scroll down. Here you can see there is a rule entry is present. Now we create a new rule entry for this auto response rule. So we click on the new button. Now you can see our sent email to customer rule entry page is open. Now enter the rule entry. Firstly set the order in which this rule entry will proceed. And here we enter the sort order as a 200 or I can say that it is a 100. I am putting these number for that in your future if you wanted to have a sort order which is going to less than this. Suppose that if I put here as a 1 and in your future there is a new entry which going to be sort order less than 1. So we will not able to do that. So it is always best practice to provide this type of number. After entering the sort order, now select the criteria for this rule entry. Firstly, select the field and here we selected the field as a case origin which is equal to. Now enter the value, click on the lookup icon, email. Select the email checkbox and then click on the insert selected and the another field I am going to select it here as a case priority. Search for the case priority from this list. Here I am going to select the case priority which is equals to, click on the lookup icon, value is selected as a high which is equal to high and then scroll down. Now our third step is to specify the name and the address to include on the auto response message for the line. So giving the name as you want and then giving the email address. Usually the email address is going to be your organization wide email address, but you can also use the email address which you have used inside your user while creating the user. One thing that you keep in your mind, is email must also be different from your email to case routing addresses. So simply enter the email address. After entering the email address, now enter the reply to address. This is the address where your customer can reply. This address should be your email to case routing address. So for this, we go to the email to case. So enter the email to case in the search quick find box. Click on the email to case. If you go to a email case setting and our email to case setting page is open, when we scroll down and here you can see you can enter the email address while you creating the routing address. So enter this email address inside the replay to address field. Now paste here the email address and then scroll down. Now our next step is to select the template to use. The email template, this email template, what information you send to your customer. In Salesforce, there is already a simple template which you can search here by simply enter the response. So click on the lookup icon and here you simply enter response in the search box and hit go button, and here you can see there is a support case response which is the already created email template present. Click on this case response and it will automatically enter in our email template field, and then you will see support case. You just go ahead. Now our next step is to specify whether to copy all two and CC recipients on the response. Suppose while sending the email to the customer has put some email in CC as well. Suppose that to the higher management they put in the CC. So do we want to notify as well? It say okay, send all those. So our management can also get notified. We are working on the case. If you want to check this checkbox, then you can check send response to the all recipient. If you want to check, otherwise leave it as it is. Now our next step, select a survey to send. This is an optional step. You can also skip this step and then hit the save button. Now you can see our rule entry is created. By default the order is taking as 1, so we can go this is one order, so you can have a multiple order over here based on your customer requirement. Now I want to set up the case page layout, so we click on the object manager and search for the case. Click on the case option object and here is the case page layout. Click on this page layout. Now we select the case layout and then click on the layout properties, and here you can see email notification checkbox is present and show on added page, and I also want to show by default, so I click on this checkbox too and check both of these email notifications and then hit the OK button and then also click on the save layout. Now our case page layout is also set up. Now time to create a new case origin. So go to our case, enter the case in the search box, select the cases and then click on the new case. Now firstly enter the origin as we set our origin as an email. So click on the email. Then select the contact because this email will be sent to the contact. Search for the contact and here is the contact name. Click on the contact name and then search for the case priority. Here is the case priority and we will set this priority to high and then select the status, that is working. Now scroll down. You can also add the description for this if you want, like test auto response rule. If you want to add, you can add it, otherwise leave it as it is. And at bottom of this dialog box you can see there is a checkbox send notification email to contact. If we uncheck this checkbox, the email will not send to the contact. If you can check this checkbox, the email will send with the help of active auto response rule. So we will go ahead and click on the save button. Now you can see the error is occur. Please select the contact name. Now I select the valid contact name. Now hit the save button and here we go. Our case was created. Now you can see the case has been created. Now scroll down and here you can see, you will able to see what exactly the email you have sent, whom you have sent that email, what particular case required, which is associated with that email. And when we scroll down and here you can see priority of the case, status of the case and the case number is present, and we can also able to see the response, or the customer can go ahead and reply this response. If the customer is reply, one more email will added to this particular email address. So with this we have learned how to create case auto response rule in Salesforce. So if this video was helpful, click on the like button and also subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this one. Thanking you for watching. Have a great day.